So
Mhm.
what are some of the challenges that we face, sometimes trying to reclaim ourselves?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we already mentioned the time and the beliefs. Um, this is a hard one because reclaiming yourself, it starts with like recognizing that you matter. Shifting those beliefs, a lot of those beliefs, like feeling like you're inadequate, feeling like the beliefs that of things that you've experienced. Our beliefs are formed from our childhood and different things we've experienced or witnessed. But when you're living on autopilot and you're continually putting everybody else's needs, including your kids or your husband, like your family's needs in front of your own, or even like you mentioned, like people at church or the PTA, like you're continually making sure everyone else is taken care of, and it's going to reinforce that loss of identity. So you're the only one that nobody's going to come to you and be like, you need to take time for yourself. Like we are 100% responsible for our own lives. And so once you start realizing that and realizing that you're not not so much happiness, because you can definitely find happiness in your role, but once you start realizing that you are more than a mom, then you will start, your time will be reflecting that, and how your priorities are will start reflecting that, and you'll start making time for those passions and like you know my story started with Zumba. I have you ever done a Zumba class?
Yes, because I love
So
dancing.
yes, and so I used to love dancing, like as a high schooler, like in high school, like going to dances. We used to go at that time. I think of it now, we used to go to this dance club. It was like under 21 night, and I think there was over 21 people there. And I'm like, I don't even know what my parents, like, why did they let me go to this place? But anyway, that's like back in high school. So I used to love going to these dances. And when I became a mom, it kind of went out the window. Like, I mean, I became a mom at 22, and I just kind of put everything that I like to do. I used to draw, I used to dance, I used to be like involved in different art forms, and put it all on the shelf. And then we moved to a new town, and our oldest was 10 at the time. And I met a new friend, and she was like, let's go try the Zumba class. And I couldn't. I'm like, I want to, but I just can't. Like, I was homeschooling at the time. So I was like, I have lessons I got to teach. I was a stay-at-home mom, but I'm like, I have lessons. I have laundry that needs to get done. My family counts on me for dinner. Our house has to be clean. Schoolwork has to be done. Like I had a whole list in my mind of the different things. Yeah, like the checklist of all the things, that the reasons why I couldn't go to the Zumba class. So thank goodness she was persistent, because she every week, come on, can't you go to this? I think we're gonna like it. Like she didn't even go. She like wanted me to go with her because she wanted a partner. Finally, after probably 2 or 3 months, I think the stars lined up. I don't even know, but like dinner was in the crock pot. Dinner, like school was done. My husband was home. They were all occupied, probably watching TV. I don't even know what they were doing. And she showed up at my door and she's like, let's go to the Zumba class. And I think my husband might have been like, just go. Like everything's done. It's not that he had to give me permission, but like I wasn't giving myself permission. So I needed someone to like kind of push me, and I ended up loving it. So much so that it created this positive reinforcement that the next time it wasn't so hard to go. Like I didn't need that much of a push, because I realized like everyone survived. Everyone was okay. I came back, and it was good. And so the energy there, I liked it so much that I continued to go and ended up becoming an instructor. And that was kind of my push to like my the permission I needed to give myself to say I'm allowed to feel like alive. I'm allowed to do something that I enjoy. It wasn't, because up to that point everything I did even though like there were things, definitely things I enjoyed, it was all in relation to other people. Like everything coaching, teaching classes, I was a Girl Scout leader, like everything was in relation to my kids. Like they were going to benefit. Zumba was the first thing that I did in my married life as a mom that wasn't for anyone else but for me. And once I started doing that and realizing that I could do it, like, I felt better. I came home like energized, like, excited. It just kind of continued to push me and to try other things. Like I have done a lot of things. Like I learned how to paddleboard. I learned how to play the piano. I learned like ever since the 10 years ago, like it just pushed me out of my comfort zone and gave me that nudge, like, and started building new beliefs that it was okay for me to, not only was it okay, it was absolutely necessary for me to be more than a mom. But I needed to start giving myself permission. I needed to start, taking steps in that direction because I wasn't going to, there was no way, like, until I saw that it was possible, there was no way I could bring myself to actually do something that didn't, directly benefit all of the people who I was their mom. I was their wife.
Yes, there.
I needed to find something for me in order to start growing that and recognizing like that I was worthy of spending time with.
And I
And I
like
even
that.
started in 2020, or actually I think it was 2021 because 2020 was COVID. But 2021, I started taking a solocation. I would do 1 week where I would go and I would rent a hotel, and it was such an exercise in self-discovery because I woke up and I was like, what do I want to eat? I'd never asked myself that because it was always like, okay, what are we going to eat? What are we going to do today?
So
What are we
true.
like? It was always a we. And so it was just, so I was like, I need to do this once a year, give myself like take off my mom hat. Like I knew my husband, but it required me to pull in my support system and get things set up, like, or else it wasn't going to happen. But I've made it a priority because I loved it. Like I was like, what? Like I could go for a walk and I don't have to tell anyone.
True, true, true. Because as I said, I was just drowning in motherhood, and
Mhm.
um, I remember my friends saying to me, two of my friends, they said to me, Claudie, this is not you. I was used
Right.
to matching colors, jewelry, everything matching, hair well done. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, that's not you, because it's like you don't have time to put together anything. And I'm like,
Right.
it's just grab and go. And they're like, no, 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 your hair needs to be done.
Yes.
This needs to happen.